Our high school implemented a ridiculously strict dress code, so for senior prank day, all 400 seniors showed up in clothes from the 1800s. Our principal, Miss Caldwell, was obsessed with professional appearance. Despite running a public high school in Arizona where temperatures regularly hit 110 degrees, 2 weeks before graduation, she unveiled her masterpiece. A new dress code that read like a Victorian etiquette manual. Girls' skirts and dresses had to fall no less than 4 inches below the knee. Shooters required complete coverage at all times, no visible collarbones. Boys needed belts, tucked-in shirts, and hair not touching the ears or collar. The handbook even specified that girls' hair must be and controlled and makeup supple and natural. The kicker: it would be implemented immediately, including for graduation. When Caldwell finished her announcement, Zoe Ahmed, our valedictorian, raised her hand. Miss Caldwell, this sounds like dress standards from another century. Is this really necessary with only 2 weeks left? Caldwell smiled thinly. If you were so interested in historical dress standards, Miss Ahmed, perhaps you should research them. You might learn something about proper decorum. She had no idea what she just started. That night, Zoe created a group chat. By morning, the plan was set. Our senior class president consulted with her aunt, a theater costume designer. The drama department rated their historical costume collection. 3 local theater companies agreed to loan period costumes. Parents and grandparents dug thoratics. For 1 week, we all acted normal. Then came senior prank day. At 7:30 a.m., Caldwell stood at the entrance as usual, ready to flag dress code violations. The first senior arrived in a full Victorian walking dress, complete with bustle, high collar, and parasol. Caldwell's smile faltered, but the outfit violated no rules. Then came a boy in wool trousers, suspenders, and a high-collared shirt. Then another girl in a floor-length dress with lace cuffs. Then a boy in a 3-piece suit with pocket watch. By 8 a.m., a line of 400 seniors stretched through the parking lot, each dressed in immaculate 1800s attire. Girls with elaborate updos and gloves, boys with top hats they ceremoniously removed before entering the building. Every single outfit meticulously adhering to, in fact, exceeding the new dress code requirements. Teachers struggled to hide their smiles. Underclassmen lined the hallways, taking videos that would later go viral. Local news arrived by 3rd period. The day became increasingly ridiculous as we attended classes in full historical costume. We stood when teachers entered rooms. Boys bowed, girls curtsied. We addressed each other as Miss and Mr. and spoke in exaggerated formal language. I do declare, Mr. Johnson, your mathematical calculations appear most accurate. Miss Williams, might I trouble you for the loan of a pencil? I shall return it forthwith. Lunch was a spectacle. Several students brought proper tea sets. A string quartet, our school orchestra's top players, performed in the corner. A group of theater kids staged a historically accurate fan language demonstration, showing how Victorian girls would secretly communicate across crowded rooms. The final touch came during 7th period when every senior simultaneously pulled out a printed copy of Caldwell's dress code, added the words Anno Domini 1895 to the top in perfect calligraphy, then delivered them to the front office. The school board meeting that night was standing room only. Peritus brought photos and videos arguing that if these were the clothing standards expected, the school should provide air conditioning that actually worked and doubled water fountain breaks. 2 days later, Caldwell announced a clarification of the dress code. The new version was 3 lines long: clean, appropriate attire required, no offensive language or images. At graduation, Zoe's valedictorian speech never mentioned the incident directly. She simply thanked the administration for a valuable lesson in how rules work best when they reflect the time, place, and community they serve. Miss Caldwell did not return the following year. Fortunately, she found a position at a private school with uniforms. Sometimes the most effective resistance requires neither shouting nor rebellion, just creative, meticulous compliance with a corset, top hat, and impeccable manners.